What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is the Blacklist, Season 5, Episode 8, the mid-season finale, Ian Garvey. So, let's talk about this episode. Holy crap! So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this. We've got, Tom dealing with the aftermath of, the two people he was working with, the one girl he made friends with, and the other guy that he was tracking down, after suspecting of killing Nick and all that stuff. Yeah, they both got killed at the end of last episode, so he gets to watch them be shredded up in a tree chipper, whatever it's called. So yeah, that was pretty intense, and then he and Reddington have a little conversation to direct Garvey to the wrong place, and then, goes from there and escapes, because, Tom is just a badass and can escape any situation. So yeah, he escapes, Reddington picks him up, but you can tell there's still some discord between the two, because Tom wants the answers from Reddington, who is not giving him any answers. And so finally they make a stop at a gas station, and Reddington realizes that he's been duped and he doesn't have the bones anymore. But he does have the DNA results. And so he goes to a local train station and looks at the DNA results, and by the look on his face, it's something shocking. And I'm just still waiting to find out what it said, because this show wants to just keep teasing us and keep teasing us and keep teasing us. But yeah, so he calls Liz and says, "Meet me at the house." So they both go to the house, and somehow Ian Garvey has tracked them there. I want to know how, because frankly, I don't know, unless maybe they followed Liz, but Tom made sure to tell her, do not, make sure you're not followed by anybody. So I don't know, it's just kind of strange that she shows up and Tom has already been captured by Garvey and his men. Like, I don't know, it feels like it was too quick and too easy. So I hope they have some sort of explanation for what exactly happened there, aside from just, oh, Garvey is just that powerful, so he knows exactly where they're going, of course. I want an actual, reason. I want it explained to me how he got there. But so of course he's interrogating Tom again. He's like, "Call Reddington now," and Tom's like, "No." So Garvey stabs him with the knife, and he's like, "All right, dispose of them, get rid of the bodies. I'm done here." So he leaves, and his men put on some music and start dancing, and then are about to kill Liz, and that's when Tom, despite having the crap kicked out of him, being stabbed in the stomach, that doesn't stop Tom. He gets up and he's still taking out guys, throwing them around the room, shooting a couple guys. But ultimately they overpower him, just as this is a scene we actually saw earlier in the season. And I didn't comment on it because I'm like, are they really trying to pull this whole fake, oh, Red and Dembe break in to shoot Tom type thing? Or is this just like a flash forward to a possibility? It turns out they were showing this scene. They're showing Reddington and Dembe breaking in, and I kind of figured, as Tom and Liz as they were captured, and Dembe and Red were on their way to the apartment, I'm thinking that's what that scene was, right? We see them breaking in. Clearly, they're breaking in to kill the Garvey's men. Well, sure enough, that's exactly what it is. They take down everybody, but Tom obviously is bleeding out from the knife wounds. Liz, I guess, hit the back of her head really hard on her way down to the floor, and so she's bleeding out of the back of her head, and so now they've got both of them, and they're taking them both to the hospital, and I'm just like, okay, they're not going to kill off Liz because she's still the main character of the show. It's like that one time that they killed her off when we all know it's just because she was pregnant, so they're getting her off the show for now. And eventually she did come back because we found out they faked her death. But Tom is more of a factor of possibly dying, especially now because he knows the DNA results. I'm thinking, okay, there's a very high chance that they might actually kill him off because they don't want Liz to find out what's in that DNA test yet. I assume at some point she will find out, but, with him knowing the information, there's a high probability he's going to die, so that way he can't tell her. Because if he didn't die, then he would be able to, and just be too easy. She's got to find out through, some other form of information, tracking down Garvey, taking him down, and then grabbing the DNA results off of him or something. I don't know. But yeah, so all the team gets to the hospital. We see Liz is, getting oxygen pumped into her, but somebody's flatlining. And Tom, they do the paddles twice or three times, and no response. And so the whole team is there while they hear the flatline sound. They're still pumping oxygen into Liz, but Tom's just lying there. and nobody's treating him at all. And I'm just like, are they really gonna do this? Not only do they kill Tom off, like I kind of figured after that scene, I'm like, all right, so Tom is most likely dead. We come back, after it fades to black, and Reddington is reading, "I am the captain of my soul" poem, and then we see Liz is lying in bed, and she's got the whole oxygen tube, and as he finishes the poem, she wakes up, and he turns, he's like, "Oh my God, Liz!" And I'm just like, wait, what's going on here? Because are they going where I think they're going with this? She writes, "How long?" And he says, "It's been almost a year. It's been about 10 months. Holy crap. I realize that we're not going to come back for 2 months. It won't come back until the beginning of January. But still, 10 months have passed since that night. Tom has been dead for 10 months. They have supposedly probably been working to track Garvey for 10 months. Who knows what's happened in that 10 months? I would hate if they just make it to where, Red tracked him down during that time. I don't know. Maybe next episode will be, I guess, the aftermath of that. Seeing Reddington get really pissed. It's like, all right, I'm tracking him down. I'm going to find him. And maybe that will be the I'm assuming the beginning episode will be Ian Garvey conclusion, because that's typically what happens whenever they have a big name Blacklist or they have a 2-part episode. They have Ian Garvey, and then they'll have Ian Garvey conclusion. I'm wondering if it'll be the next episode will be showing us Reddington tracking him down to hunt him down and kill him after what he did to Liz and Tom. I'm not really sure what they're going to do next, but knowing that it's going to be 10 months down the road from what just happened in this episode, I feel like they could do a lot of stuff. I feel like they could do some very interesting things in the next episode. But it leaves so many questions. What's happened in 10 months? Is Red still trying to build his empire? Has he just been sitting there waiting on Liz to wake up? What has he been doing? What has the team been doing without her? A lot of stuff to talk about. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next episode after this. It's a good cliffhanger to leave off on because it gives us some answers but leaves some things unexplained. It's, in my opinion, this is a good cliffhanger. There have been some poor cliffhangers in the show in the past where it just ends off on some shocking moment, and it's like, what does that mean? This is more like they did answer some questions. We see she is still alive, but we don't know what happened between when she ended up in the hospital and then 10 months later when she finally woke up. That's a lot of time for stuff to happen. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. As far as this episode is concerned, a couple things I do want to talk about. First of all, I think the song that they picked at the end, I know this is a random thing to talk about, but I don't know, I didn't really connect with the song because the main thing was it ended pretty nice. It was talking about, the sound of silence and stuff. It was a decent song at certain points, but when Tom and Liz were on the beds and, charging the paddles and putting oxygen in her, that part of the song just, I don't know, it was so loud and the guy's voice got so raspy. It was very distracting from the scene itself. You don't want your music to distract from a scene. You want it to complement the scene. In this case, it was pretty distracting. It was like I was so focused on, oh my gosh, that guy's voice is very raspy. I'm hardly seeing what's going on in front of me. So I think they could have chosen a better song that had those good moments like at the beginning of the song and then at the end of the song, which I thought were very well handled. When they were in the car, it sounded nice. At the end of it, whenever things got quieter and he was singing quieter, I'm like, this is working really well at the scene. It was just in that one moment, it was too loud, it was too raspy, it was too distracting from, I want to know what's going on right now. You okay? Are they pumping oxygen? Oh wait, what is he saying? Man, that sounds weird. Oh, right. There's a scene in front of me. Is Tom alive? I don't know. What just happened? I missed it. So, the other thing I do want to talk about as well is I think the acting in the show, for the most part, has been, it's been good. It hasn't been phenomenal, but it's been good. It's been something I can watch, and I don't ever think I've picked apart the acting in the show. The bad guys have been enjoyable to watch. Obviously, James Spader is awesome. Liz has had her moments where, I don't know, I feel like whenever she's looking confused and dazed, which happened a lot in a couple of the seasons, there were just some seasons that all I can remember is that look on her face of like, just like that confused and dazed look. But as far as her acting, the rest of her acting is really, really good. In this one, though, it worked so, so well. And it's probably the best acting I think I've seen in the series so far. From that, just the emotion that Elizabeth has of Tom being missing, not being able to see him. The scene where she's talking about, calling his voicemail, she's like, his voice is the only thing that keeps me calm right now. It seemed like a genuine moment. She's most of the time, most of the season actually, she's been more of a, I guess, confident type of person. She hasn't really seemed like she's confused and lost like she has in some of the seasons. She seems like she knows most of what's going on around her, but she seemed lost again. She kind of went back to that tone of voice that we remember from the first couple seasons where she didn't really know what was going on. And so I don't know, I just like the fact that they did that with, or she did that with that tone of voice choice. I thought it just really worked with this, and her emotion in this was really good when she heard Tom finally, after all of this searching for him, trying to figure out what's going on. The emotion was real. Just all of it really, really worked in this episode. I don't know why it stuck with me in this one, but for some reason the acting in this one really made me think, wow, this is really good. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this episode, obviously. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. The story's got me hooked now. I want to know what's freaking on that DNA report, because, the way Tom is talking, it's got to be something incredible, right? Like, I'm going to hate if it's just something as simple as, oh, it's your mom's bones. That would be too simple. Everybody suspects that it's going to be your mom's bones. So it's got to be something groundbreaking. Because the way he's talking, he's like, I know everything. I understand everything now. I understand why Nick was killed. I'm just like, what is this? Is he not actually Raymond Reddington? Are those Raymond Reddington's bones? What is going on? That's got to be it. That's got to be the only thing I can think of. It's got to be somebody's bones that we know. And who we think we know, they're not actually who they say they are. Like finding out he's not actually Raymond Reddington, he is somebody else who took his name and took his position so he could get close to Liz. Something like that. Or, maybe one of the members of the team has actually been a fake this whole time. They just took over the persona of an FBI agent. I don't know, something like that. It's got to be that. Because the way he's talking is making me think it's something like that. That is the only thing that I can think of as what could be this groundbreaking, that he's just like, I understand everything. I understand why everything's happening. And for so many, that suitcase has gotten so many people killed. It's got to be something huge. So I'm just saying it right now. If it turns out to be something as simple as, oh, it's her mom's bones, not going to like it. If it's something like, oh, it's the real Raymond Reddington's bones, that would be interesting. So I hope they do something interesting with it. If they don't, probably going to be really pissed off, but that's the last thing I got to say. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on this episode? What do you think? What are some of your guesses and, I guess, predictions going forward? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Blacklist reviews. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.